Welcome to Story Fluent Path. At the end of the story, we will talk about some English vocabulary.
In the village of Cuye, high in the Andes, life moved slowly, as though time itself respected the people's connection to the earth and its rhythms. Our story begins with Alma, a young woman in her 20s, known for her gentle demeanor and her talent for weaving intricate textiles. She had lived her whole life in Cuye, a place that honored its past through sacred rituals, the sound of the charango, and communal feasts under the stars. Her love, Diego, was a traveler. He had arrived in the village 2 years ago, seeking a brief respite from his long journeys across South America. But what he found in Alma was more than rest, it was home. For 2 years, they had shared moments of simple joy, tending to alpacas, watching sunsets from the hilltop, and exchanging stories of the world beyond the mountains. Now, the time had come for Diego to leave again. His adventurous spirit called him to distant lands, but this time, Alma knew his departure would be different. He wouldn't return. The weight of this unspoken truth pressed on both of them. Moral seed, the tension between love and freedom, between staying and moving on, begins to take root. The village elders, aware of Diego's impending departure, offer to hold a special farewell ceremony, a sacred tradition in Cuye, meant to protect both the one who leaves and the one who stays behind. Alma, though heartbroken, agreed to participate, knowing this might be the last gift she could give to Diego. The night was alive with music and dancing. Alma wore a red and gold woven shawl, embroidered with the symbols of their love, a condor for his free spirit, and a mountain flower for her rooted heart. Diego, for the first time, donned the poncho of the village, symbolizing his brief but profound connection to the community. As the elders chanted, blessing Diego's journey, Alma couldn't help but feel the sting of every word. It was as if the chants, once beautiful, now felt like goodbyes echoing through her soul. Moral seed. Sometimes, love means letting go, allowing others to follow their own path. The morning after the ceremony, Alma walked Diego to the edge of the village, where the path wound up toward the peaks. Every step felt like the world was tearing apart at the seams. They reached a point known as the mountain's edge, where the trail splits. One way leads back to the village, the other into the unknown. There, they shared their final kiss, a moment suspended in time, filled with longing, love, and the bittersweet taste of goodbye. Alma's lips were soft and warm against Diego's, but there was an undeniable finality to the embrace. The wind whispered around them, as if the mountain itself mourned their parting. "You will always have my heart, Alma," Diego whispered, his voice cracking. "But my feet are meant to roam." Alma nodded, her heart shattering quietly within her chest. She unclasped her bracelet, woven with the threads of their shared memories, and tied it around Diego's wrist. "Carry this with you," she said softly, "so you never forget the home you found here." Moral seed. True love transcends possession. It is selfless and understanding. As Diego disappeared into the fog, a sudden storm rolled in. Alma stood at the edge of the mountain for what felt like hours, drenched by the rain, unsure of what to do. The storm seemed like a reflection of her inner turmoil, wild, uncontrollable, and relentless. But in that storm, a realization took hold of her heart. This wasn't the end of their story. Love, true love, didn't demand constant presence. It demanded faith, trust, and the strength to let the person you love pursue their dreams. She could still love Diego, even if he wasn't beside her. With the storm raging around her, Alma turned back toward the village, her heart heavy but resolute. She would continue weaving, continue living, and in every thread, she would carry the memory of their love. Moral seed. Strength is found in acceptance, in knowing that love is not diminished by distance. Weeks passed, and Alma returned to her life in Cuye. She found solace in her weaving, her hands creating intricate patterns that told the story of her heart. The village continued its quiet rhythm, but Alma had changed. She was stronger, more open to the idea that love could exist without binding someone to a place. One day, a letter arrived, a single page from Diego. It was short, but it was filled with warmth, gratitude, and a promise to return one day. But Alma no longer needed that promise to feel complete. She had learned that true love wasn't about holding on, it was about letting go with grace. Moral conclusion. The moral lesson, woven into every chapter, is that love is not about possession or control, but about freedom, trust, and the courage to let go. True love endures, even when paths diverge. Please subscribe to this channel to get new story update. Thank you. Let's learn some English words. Respite. Definition: a short period of rest or relief from something difficult or unpleasant. Example: after weeks of intense study for the exams, the weekend offered a much-needed respite for Emily to recharge. Bittersweet. Definition: something that is both pleasant and painful or regretful at the same time. Example: graduating from college was a bittersweet moment for John. He was excited for the future, but sad to leave his friends behind. Relentless. Definition: persistent and harsh, without stopping or lessening in intensity. Example: the relentless summer heat made it nearly impossible to spend time outside during the day. Solace. Definition: comfort or consolation in a time of distress or sadness. Example: after the loss of her grandmother, Sarah found solace in the family traditions they used to share. Turbulent. Definition: characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion, not controlled or calm. Example: the political climate was turbulent, with protests breaking out in cities across the country.